talking of the Communist Party in seminal moments, does anyone here know when the Communist Party of Great Britain was formed?
Not more questions.
You were actually, you were there at the fountain. You were there.
1926.
No, all right, then we're going to look at them all today. Joe, you might have the answer, yeah?
Not too far off. Yes, founded in 1920, when left-wing activists in Britain united in a campaign against military intervention in the new Soviet Republic. Today, it's led by this man, Robert Griffiths. British communists want to eliminate extremes of wealth and poverty. They want much more public ownership, redistributive taxation and action against public sector cuts. They say bankers and businesses caused the crisis and they, not the workers, are who should pay for the aftermath. They also oppose the EU and wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. They have no MPs, although they had two back in the 1940s. And they have a community councillor in Caneen Valley in southern Wales. There are hundreds of communist parties across the world. Communists are currently in government in 5 countries: China, Cuba, North Korea, Laos and Vietnam. And we can now talk to the party's leader, Richard Griffiths, who joins us from Cardiff. Thank you for joining us today. Can you just sort of say, what is modern communism then these days?
By the way, you left out at least 2 countries. Communists are part of the governments of South Africa and Brazil, and are also part of the governing majority in Venezuela, and the president of Cyprus is a communist. So,
well, I stand corrected. There you go.
Anyway, sorry, what was your original question?
Yes, you've forgotten already, haven't you? Tell us what modern communism is these days, if you were explaining it to someone.
Well, we continue to stand for a fundamentally different kind of society, a society based on the common ownership of the economy, on a huge redistribution of wealth, with genuinely equal opportunities for all, a society in which we should be planning our resources in order to not only meet the challenges of global warming, but to ensure that everybody has access to first-class public services and that everybody has a job, everybody has an opportunity to develop their talents and potential to the full. In that sense, the aims of our party continue to be a socialist society, as has been the case, as you say, since we were first established in 1920.
Except, of course, society has changed dramatically. And I mean, would you accept that really your party isn't an electoral party in that case? It's more about trying to influence other parties or people at a sort of smaller local level?
Well, in fundamental respects, our society hasn't changed that much. The vast majority of the wealth is still owned by a very small, wealthy and powerful minority of the population.
Although more people are more wealthy than they were, 80, 100 years ago.
Well, and that's because very often we've had to fight for that through the trade union movement, the pensioners movement, and so on, and to elect reforming governments. Yes,
but do you think that, is there any chance of actually being elected?
No, you're quite right that we're not primarily an electoral party. The odds have always been stacked heavily against us and other small parties for that matter, and therefore most of our political activity is carried out in the trade union movement, the peace movement, a whole range of popular movements and so on. We don't actually have in our programme the objective of a communist government. What we would like to see is a government of the left in which a wide range of different forces, Labour, Socialist, Green and Communist and so on, would be part of a governing majority to bring about the kind of radical sweeping changes that we believe are necessary.
Thank you very much. Now, who will be the next politician to drop a clanger during the campaign?